Good afternoon. My name's Stella Joroge. Beside me, my husband, Lawrence Masharia Joroge, and my very good sister, Lizzie'S. I first want to just thank everybody for taking their time today to come and mourn with us. We, as the family, do not take this for granted, and I will try to get through this. So the other day I came across a letter I had written to my mom when I was in university in the US. It was the typical, please send me money. So unlike our other family members, we used to be given money. So that was the purpose of that letter. But it made me laugh because I sounded so naive. But what was interesting in that letter was we were sharing so many secrets. But living apart for over 18 years, our relationship diminished a little. But when we moved back to Kenya, we were able to reconnect, and this was the last 12 years. But more so in the last 2 years when she was ailing. Like many mothers, she stood between us and our father as a mediator and an enforcer. She was soft-spoken in nature, but she was able to maneuver and manage to petition for us, her children. There were many lessons that I learned from my mom growing up, but what stands out, and what my children are a victim of, is the tendency to administer one child's medicine to another child. My mother was someone who did not want to waste, and as a testament of where she never forgot where she came from, and that she would rather live within her means and have those resources to help others. I'll let you in on a little secret. Many of the nice things that Mom had were pushed on her either by myself, my siblings, or Jenga. And Jenga told us a story of how they got tired of riding in the little Harrier. And they wanted to upgrade themselves, but in a very soft manner. They approached Mom, and she acquired a Land Cruiser so that they can be visiting all the many churches and communities that, and all the work that they were doing. So my mom was simple, and she was very, very frugal. So we know my mom as a true epitome of hard work, determination, and innovation. However, for me, what stands out was that she was a symbol of reinvention. She constantly talked to me on how she had picked up her life and reestablished herself in her later years, and this is when she was in her late 40s. In fact, that was the carrot stick that she used to convince me to relocate back to Kenya. Because at that time we were feeling that we were too old to change jobs, too old to do this. But she told me no, 40 is the new 20. So she convinced us to relocate, and we came and we joined her business. She questioned, and this is when we're still in the US, she questioned, why are we putting so much effort into building up a nation that was not even our home? She made me understand that working was not only about providing for my family, but it was also about contributing to the lives of others, and that we should think hard about whose lives we were really impacting. I know many are surprised and even shocked at the passing of Mom. I'll take this time to just give a brief or mention a few things about her journey. Because the last 2 years I worked very closely with her. And also because there are some lessons that she wanted us to learn from her experience in her typical manner as an encouragement to many other people, especially those who are navigating the medical space. So many don't know that for over 5 years she was not feeling well. And for the last 3 years, her illness started to escalate. Many of the events, shows, meetings, speaking engagements, church services, school meetings, those that she attended, and many of you know because you attended them together with her. She was participating in her very weakened state. God is the one who provided her with the strength and the ability to give her all at those events. But in the background, I tell you, she was very weary. She visited many doctors during this time of sickness, and nothing was diagnosed to explain why she was feeling unwell, why she was ailing. She spared no expenses, as you've already heard, and we traveled to India, we traveled to the US, looking for different specialists, desperately trying to find out what was ailing her. And a conversation we had was, not knowing was worse than knowing. But little did we know. So when it was finally diagnosed that she had cancer, of course her first reaction was she was very angry because she had put all this effort into trying to figure out what was wrong with her. We could not understand how the specialists could have missed a disease that is so big, so devastating, and so evil. But she refused to dwell on this aspect. She refused to dwell on this knowledge, and she quickly put on her armor, preparing herself for the battle ahead. She fought hard through the whole of 2023. We truly believed that she would recover. So the lessons she wanted us to take heed of: number 1, take full control of your health care. Believe what your body is telling you and never give up on finding out why. Secondly, do not be afraid to challenge the medical field. Let us not forget they too are practicing their craft and they do not have all the answers. So do not allow them to settle if you are still not feeling well. But most importantly, she wants you to know to put your trust in God. He is the miracle worker, the true healer, and the determinator of your life. Right now, we may feel that cancer has won. That cancer has taken another loved one away from us, and I'm sure this makes us very angry and sad. But family, friends, dear ones, let me tell you that cancer did not win. Amen. But our God has taken Mom home. Amen. As her reward. Amen. And this we can testify from Isaiah 57, 1-2. And I read, "The righteous perish, and no one takes it to heart. The devout are taken away, and no one understands that the righteous are taken away to be spared from evil." Amen. Those who walk uprightly enter into peace. They find rest as they lie in death. And that is Mom. Amen. So I want to leave you with another challenge that Mom passed on down to us. Those who knew her personally and those who knew her from a distance. And we can all attest, and you will continue to hear very many stories about Mom. But I'll read from the Bible. And I've struggled with this Bible name, so please bear with me. Ecclesiastes 9:10. And I read, because this was Mom's life. "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might." Can we all attest to that? Yes. That is Mom. "For there will be no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going." May God continue to bless the fruits of her hands here on earth, and may she continue to rest in peace. I love you, Mom.